Adulting Academy. The way that I set it up is I teach the financial education.
Okay.
Usually to students, young adults, I say like 16 to 35, but it's very much so like the basics. The first step. Like people who usually come to me are like, oh, okay, I want to save $5,000. Like I want to save some money, or I want to, you know, how does this credit thing work?
Right.
And so a lot of people like are at that level, and so I teach it to students and young adults who are just like kind of transitioning, maybe just recent graduates, or trying to figure out their next steps.
Because they didn't have access to that information growing up.
I didn't have access either. My dad taught me about like my money lessons were like spend half, save half. Like,
that's a good one.
That it was like, you know, the basic premises. But I do like my dad also was like, I remember being in like high school, and he was like, "Oh, you just got like a debit card," and that's like late, like the 2000s. I was like, "Okay, Dad." Like he was really just reluctant about. Oh, he's like, you know, keeping cash.
My father, he wouldn't even be ashamed of me admitting this. Is that he still to this day has cash in his sock drawer. Like that's still something that he does.
My daddy has cash. Oh, he's like, you know, you gotta keep cash and all like books.
Right.
Random. So he still does that, and so I got a lot of my money lessons from my dad, but not really a lot of, you know, investing or what is a 401k. How does this stuff work?
Isn't there such an emotional component to getting your finances in order?
When I do workshops, I talk about money mindset, and this is the first thing. And so
money mindset.
Yeah, and like people will say, oh, like my parents, I didn't learn anything about money, whatever else, but I'm like, that's a lesson right there. Like if you were in a family where you avoided talking about money, or it was like, oh, we can't afford it, nobody ever sat you down, but like you kind of absorb, like, oh, okay, money is scarce, like that's a thing that I can't really access really easily, and like you kind of internalize
it's difficult.
that. It's difficult. Where some people grow up in families where it's just like, okay, cool, it's nothing, like I got it, it's cash, and so you kind of adopt the mindset where like, oh, this is easy, money's gonna flow to me, and you'll be surprised how like some of those behaviors show up later in your spending habits, and that's like really the hardest thing, like the number one thing people are coming with, like, oh, I can't stick to a budget, and a lot of it is like feelings, emotions, not logic.
It's mental barriers, and I think a lot of that is maybe what's keeping folks from reaching out and being proactive in asking for help about this kind of stuff. You know, it's almost like, do you go to the gym and hope that you're doing the right workouts?
On the treadmill.
But like how long does it take until you like look to a personal trainer, or you look to a system that's proven and experienced and an expert in the field, so that you know that you're making the right decisions around that stuff? And I think that's where the Adult Academy and the Money Pro Tour, like we have that common. You got 25 instructors who are each teaching different
they have
specialties
in there, and so they're all like experts in different
ranging from finance and insurance and investing, Jennifer, all the way to like travel hacking, fixing my car engine, like, and I'll be real, I can't fix my car engine. If this RV ever breaks down, I'm calling my freaking
advanced.
Yeah. So it's funny, like Progressive has roadside assistance. Shout out Progressive. Y'all are hooking me up with my, it's funny because it's both my auto insurance and my homeowner's insurance and my umbrella kind of all. I mean, it's my RV insurance. So shout out Flo from Progressive.
Flo, that's your girl.
P.S. Progressive, you need a new brand? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Why is your logo not on my RV, Progressive? Let's be real. It's all right. Because they're going to see this video and they're going to be like, you know what, it should be, because he's advocating for smart financial decision making. And we were just talking earlier about like insurance, right? These are some of
That's
it.
really, really important.
Like sometimes it's just defining the terms to help folks feel like it's not like if you put a medical book in front of me, like my mother is in medicine. If you threw one of her like medical term books in front of me, my eyes would get crossed. I would throw it. I'm like, I don't even want to look at this.
Right.
And I think you mentioned like there's a lot of great term defining education, and I think that's a great step to help break down when you know what a premium, a deductible, like a copay, what does that mean to be able to get that is described in plain English.
I'm all about that, like making stuff extremely simple. That's how I learn. Like I think that's my learning style, so I'm like, okay, I'm
the same. Like, to be able to overcome the emotional component behind money that I don't even think I overestimate. There are millions of Americans that are not seeking help with their finances because of the emotional head trash that they got in their own brains running around. That if they could just realize that you can learn from whatever the past experiences were, whether they were a lot of education or not a lot of education.
Right.
Accepting the past to be able to move forward and grow and make smarter decisions. Like I think that's a powerful step that if any of these millennials watching out there can like, you know, who haven't maybe taken those first steps. What would you say? Like, what do you think is a good way that you help folks overcome that mental money mindset at the beginning?
So at first, I say acknowledge. So you have to be like, okay, this is my challenge or whatever. And then I kind of encourage people to look at their cash flow. So it's like, okay, what happens from when you get paid to like when your bills go out and like you spend at like the end of the month. So I really kind of let them write out that process, like identify, okay, I get a direct deposit, it goes to this account, my bills get paid out of this account, you know, I have to buy X, Y, and Z, this is the card that I use for these expenses, and kind of like laying that process out and then saying, oh, okay, but then let's talk about what your values are. Like, okay, I want to save, I want to pay down debt, I want to do whatever, what are your values, your goals? And so like let's look at your amount, your cash flow and your values, and do they match, right? So are you want to prioritize savings? Okay, well, I'm looking and I don't see any money going to savings. I just see transfers out of your savings. So it doesn't match. So like what can we do, or what action step can we change in your cash flow to make it happen? And so usually it's like some type of automatic savings or separating a fund that usually helps. Like, because like going back to the feelings thing, if I only see $1,000 in my account and I don't see this other money, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, well, we teach us that each bank account should have a nickname.
Yeah,
right?
like naming them. Yeah, so I have clients like, okay, I need 5 bank accounts, and that's cool. But let's talk about what they're for and why they exist, and what the kind of setup is for them. And like I said, a lot of it is just feelings. Like even for me, like I feel different not seeing all my money in one account. Like I don't want to see. I don't want to see all my money in one account. That's gonna make me feel, oh, whatever, I'm good, I got it. But if I just see, like, okay, this is my $1,000 I have to spend for X amount of time, then it's a totally different feeling.
Anytime we had a substitute teacher and they like wheeled in the VCR on the TV,
I
was like, oh, Bill Nye is coming on.
I don't even know the joy.
Really? What do they do? What do substitute teachers even do now? I don't know.
Dude, I can't
like
be rolling that TV.
I don't think they're rolling that in either. Like,
maybe they're like putting on a flat screen, right? I'm like,
it's not the same emotion. I can't imagine the kids.
Or like the projector, overhead projector.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, those are.
They don't. I know they don't have those.
Oh man, what a throwback. What a throwback.
Literally. They don't put the clear sheets.
Millennials like reminisce now, like we're all old and shit,
we love nostalgia.
It's like, yeah, no, for real.
It's a whole industry around nostalgia right now.
Nostalgia for us right now, right?
We're obsessed.
I saw someone post and it was like, I bet you 40 years from now it's just going to be a ton of us playing like Mario Kart in the senior homes.
Right? Like, yeah, it's back when I was like
N64 or whatever.